Hi, my name is Sarah Nswako. I am a gardener in the UK. I don't know whether I will call myself a new gardener or an old gardener. I've been gardening for the last 5 to 6 years, I would say, and it's one of my passion and I love it. So when I'm not at work, I enjoy gardening. So today is the 15th of January 2026, and usually, and in the UK, it is actually where I am today, it is actually raining, so the weather is not as nice and a bit cold. So, and usually for gardeners, someone would say it is a down period, but actually it is not. It is also time, as I would say, to actually either sow some seeds or starting generating slips. So in today's video, I will be actually just putting some sweet potatoes tubers in the ground so that we can generate some slips, because sweet potatoes usually do not grow from the tubers. They usually grow from the slips. So bear with me and stay with me, and I will show you how I actually do mine. And because there are usually two ways to actually be able to, there are two ways to get the slips. Some will put them in the glass of water, and others will just put that in the compost or soil. And I did have an experience with the water getting my slips with sweet potatoes soak in the water, but that method require you to kind of change the water every single week, and that was too demanding for me. So I chose this method that I will actually share with you today. And the method of using the soil and just put the sweet potatoes in there and cover it to generate warmth, because during winter season it is actually cold and you need that warmth to be able to help the sweet potatoes to help the sweet potato to help it to sprout, I will say. Okay, so bear with me. Usually what I need is a foil container, my sweet potato tubers, that actually this is from my harvest last year. I did harvest some sweet potatoes, and these sweet potatoes are, because there are different varieties of sweet potatoes, this is a white variety of sweet potatoes that I actually got from Cameroon, where I am from. So we need some sweet potatoes, as I was saying, and you can see with this one, actually they have actually started to sprout already. If you can look, you will see those small dots. Yeah, that means they are sprouting. Can you see? Yeah, so that's one of them. This is another one, a nice one actually. You can see that they've started to sprout already. Yeah, and you can see that there's with this one as well. Some people buy also sweet potatoes from the supermarket. That you can get the organic type, because that also there's less chemical on those organic type, and wash them before you actually put them in the ground. Anyway, try and make the slits, as I was trying to say. Yeah, so yes, and we need the sweet potatoes, as I was saying. We need that foil container, a knife, where I'll be actually putting the hole at the bottom of this container for drainage, and also because sweet potatoes does not like to stay in the water, because otherwise the root would just rot. Okay, and my gloves. Yeah, so that's all we need. Okay, so let us start then. I might be, because normally when I'm new to this is my first time doing a video where actually I'm talking while sowing something or actually planting. So there might be time where actually there is no audio, or I don't talk, because it is a learning thing for me. So I'm still learning. Okay, so bear with me, please. Thank you. So we'll start by we've got our foil container, and with the knife, we just have to put the hole at the bottom. This is actually easy. And we don't put it in a specific order. We just put it as we feel like it. Okay. So you can see I'm just putting the hole now, and I'll put as much as I can, so that we've got more air coming in, and also for the root of the sweet potatoes to actually breathe. Yes, they are actually giving us some slips. Okay. Oh, I also forget we need the soil. I usually use the compost. Some would be just compost that I've purchased from the shop. Some will use their own compost that they've made, but mine is not ready yet. So because I've got a composter, but mine is not ready yet. So I bought some compost that I will actually put in a container. Okay, let me just put my gloves on. And my compost is on the floor. So you can use any type of compost that you want, but this is anyway the leftover from what I've used. When was that? July, to actually sow some seeds. So yes, so I'll be using the rest of these, and then see, hoping that it is more than enough for this container. Oh, it's not. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we'll leave it here. You can actually just put that in your normal. Oh, actually, it's not bad, but I'll just have to add a little bit just to put it at the top, so that at least when the sweet potatoes are producing the slips, so that at least they've got more room to kind of send their roots to get the water, yeah, and also to breathe. Okay. Compost. I love this compost, to be honest. With the Grow Show, they've actually made the decision to discontinue that in the UK, but I found this 20 liters bag in one of the shops. So because I used to buy the big bags, the 80 liters, but they don't come, they're not available anymore. Okay, but as I say, it can be this, or it can be just your normal soil. Yeah. And what I will need, because this one is already soaked, this is moist, and that's what you need. You don't need more than this. This is moist. Otherwise, if it's dry, you can only just sprinkle a little bit of water on it, but this one is moist enough for me to, and you can see that when I'm holding it, I'm holding the compost, you can see that it's firm, so that is moist enough. Okay, so I don't need to actually add any water whatsoever on my compost anymore. Okay, and next thing that we're going on is actually some people kind of divide the sweet potatoes into two. With this one, it'll be maybe vertically, and then leave it to dry a little bit, so that leave it to dry a little bit before the soak it. I don't do that. Because with my own experience, it just works as well as I'm putting the whole potatoes. And this one, actually the small ones, as I said, this is a saving from my harvest last year, and I'm really, really grateful for it. So I've not bought any sweet potatoes to actually do this experience, share this experience with you. Okay. And usually when another thing that I've actually learned from green sweet potatoes is that the one that you buy from the shop, the sweet potatoes that you buy from the shops takes longer to sprout, where actually your sweet potatoes from the previous year, your harvest from the previous year will actually sprout quite quickly. And you can see this is just a proof. Yeah, so this is ready to go, definitely. And to know, yeah, this one also is ready to go, and you can see how small it is, but it will give me at least how many slips. I can see at least, so far I can see at least 4 out of this. And one way also to know where the slip actually can come out from, you can see with the sweet potatoes, you've got the holes. You've got holes. I'm just looking for one that I can actually use to explain that clearly to you. You've got these holes. Can you see? You've got tiny holes. That's usually where the slip will actually germinate from. Yeah, you can see, and that is a nice example. Same here. So every single hole that you see on the sweet potatoes is got potentiality, probability that a slip can actually grow from there. Not all of them, but that's where you have your slip from. Yeah. So what I'll do next, and you can see with this one, for instance, this is even broken. I can still plant this one, and I'm sure that at least I'll get a slip from this. Yeah, even though it's not showing any at the moment. Usually also you pick your strong and the healthy sweet potatoes before you put on the ground, because you need also to make sure that it's not soft anywhere. This one has not shown any, it has not started to sprout yet, but I've got, and I'm certain that if I put this on the ground, definitely I'll get some slips from it. So we're going for a good harvest at the end of this year. I usually start mine in January because this variety of sweet potato usually takes what, 4 to 5 months to grow in the UK. But again, it depends on the variety. Whereas with this one, and usually gardeners start putting them, start to sprout them, or maybe trying to get the slips usually around March. I do mine around January because this variety takes longer. This one can take 6 to 8 to 9 months actually before you get the tubers. Yeah, okay, before you get the tubers. And the beautiful thing, and the reason why I love sweet potatoes is not only that you can eat. Sweet potato is one, should I call, no, it's not vegetable. It's one plant that you can, it's one food. Let me use it. One food, carbohydrate that you can use. You can eat the tubers, but also eat the leaves. I've got some leaves in the freezer from last year, and that is really, really good. The leaves are really, really good for people who have diabetes, and the tubers are good for people who are trying to lose weight. So myself, I love sweet potatoes because I am on that journey of losing weight, the visceral fat, if I will say it. Yeah, okay, so let us start. So in terms of a typical way to actually put that in the soil, you just have to put it horizontally. Let the tubers actually touch the soil, as you can see here. Yeah, you just lay that down there. You can see there. And also what I will do, I'll use the direction wherever the sprout, wherever the tubers have started to sprout, I'll put it upwards, so that at least I'm not suffocating those new sprouts. Okay, same thing with this one. Yeah, I am so happy, so happy, because I know that I will be getting a lot of sweet potatoes for next year. Okay, so with this one I can do the same. Do this one, do the same. This is sweet potatoes, guys. It's not the potato itself. I am able to differentiate, because also, and when I harvested it, to be honest, I kept it, because a lot would advise to keep it in the dark, cool place. I just kept it in my kitchen, in the tray, and it is, I'll say it's room temperature, to be honest. Not too cold, not too warm, but in the tray. Was it in the dark? It was 50-50, but it did sprout. I don't know whether it's my luck. It might be, but please, on this one, do not follow my advice. You can maybe just keep it in the cool, dark place, as others will suggest. Okay, so with this one, this is another nice one. I can just put it upright like this. Okay. Okay, and guys, believe me, I'll have loads. And another beauty with the sweet potatoes is that even when you've got slips, what you can actually do, you can multiply those slips. So from these ones, should we try and put this one on the soil? I cannot see any sprouting yet, but we can try and put this one on the soil, and then I'll be able to give you an update whether this one kind of give us any slip or not. Okay, so I'll put them here, just around the corner here, in no particular order. So I'll move this one to here, and this one here. So to be honest, this is I think this is the main part. And as I was saying earlier, that I'll be covering it with the clear plastic. I don't know if I've got one at the moment. I think I do. Okay, hold on. Let me look for a pair of scissors so that at least I can cut the plastic and cover this. Yeah. And again, as I was saying, the plastic is just to allow it, because also you keep the moist in. This plastic is clear, but it is not clean, but it doesn't matter, to be honest. I think we'll do the job. I'm cutting it, as you can see. Goodness me. Not easy, but we'll get there. Again, January is also a season to be to also just get your soil outside ready, because planting is not, unless you've got greenhouse. Okay, so the way I do with this plastic is okay, because I cannot do it like this, so I'll have to just put a little bit of, cut it a little bit, because I don't have a cover for this. And yeah, this is it, done. So this this is how I'll cover it and put it on my windowsill. So it is nicely covered, and there is no, just making sure that there's no air, especially at the top, coming through. Okay, so I'll put that on my windowsill, yeah, because it also needs a light, and every single week I'll just open it and just sprinkle a little bit of water on the soil to keep the soil moist. And the good thing is also that with this clear plastic, I am able also to see the state. I am able to see the state, or also how my sweet potatoes are doing. Okay, so I'll give you an update. I'll give you an update about this in, should I say, a couple of months time, to let you know how the splits are doing. But also, and yes, so still, I hope that you like my explanation about the sweet potatoes, about how as practice my own slips from the sweet potatoes. And yeah, the next thing that I'll be doing, maybe stay tuned, it might not be today, or it might be another day, is also to put the ginger in the ground to help it, because I also start around this time. Ginger takes a long time to grow. Okay, hope that you like my video, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye.